So I think a conclusion I didn't get to earlier on due to annoying distractions was about I said to you about choosing sides and how it's almost like many other creators or watchers are being manipulated into choosing sides. Well, isn't that kind of that was kind of the point of where I was getting to? They've dictated that there are sides for one. How many? Yours or theirs? As theirs or theirs? Do you know what I mean? That person or that group or that group. So they've decided how many factions there are, which one you're supposed to like, and if not, then you're supposed to despise that one and love the other one. Yeah, it's like I almost feel like spending time away and coming back to it. It's like someone's pre-decided whose side you should be on, and if you're on this person's side, you must be against every single thing that this person does. If you're on this person's side, you must be against every single thing this person does. And also, conversely, you must love everything this person does and hate everything this person does. That's not how the world works. Like, the world just isn't that black and white. But that is what is being asked of people, to completely believe in one thing or completely believe in another, and completely deny one thing or completely deny another. And that's just not realistic to how life works, is it? Think about how nuanced and complicated life is. There's very rarely good and bad people in life. There's shades of grey. There's dodgy people. There's people that do dodgy shit for the wrong reasons. Then there's people that wouldn't ever do dodgy shit. But there's always a mixture. Is my point around any group of people. There's no such thing as all good. All so and so and again, people, especially people new to the movement as well, are being thrust in this position of choosing sides. And again, when that's okay, but when somebody else has decided how many sides there are, who's on those sides, and the fact that I have to choose one, or I'm not in the game, instantly makes me back out of the room. Because it's like, well, hang on a minute. I never agreed to doing an assault course for somebody else's amusement. I never agreed to get on a mouse wheel for anybody else. You don't get to decide how many sides there are, or if there are sides at all. You don't get to decide who I should and shouldn't dislike. And more to the point, I should be able to agree with this person on 2 points, but disagree with them on three, and this person on 1 point, but disagree with them on. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the reality of life, that one person might say something you agree with, somebody on the other side of the spectrum who, they couldn't be more diametrically opposed, may say something you also agree with. And that's what we're saying. The danger zone seems to be at the moment is everybody expects you to be in a tribal group. And if you, like I say, all I've got to do is say Tommy Robinson's name and you lose people. All I've got to do is say someone from the let's say the far right at the moment, for want of a better name, and people would disappear because they assume you're in with them or out. It's all, again, all very tribal. And I'm use those two groups, but there's also other split ways of you could split this like you could split it into YouTube sections, for instance, and that would still apply, but you just have different names. It depends whether you're looking at influencer sphere, YouTuber sphere, activist sphere, slightly different on each level, but same sort of result. So yeah, if I'm coming here trying to deliver the best that I can with the truth, then the last thing I need to be doing is embracing anybody or any group or any committee with 100% trust, or to deny somebody's truth completely 100% without considering anything they have to say as potentially true. So that's what I was trying to say. And there are people out there actively manipulating into taking sides because they can see that things are polarized, and if you take sides, whether you're with them or against them, it causes the same thing, and that is reaction and engagement, and they are winners. And ultimately, the message I was really trying to get across earlier on as well is the true winners of it all are Google. But like I say, the secondary winners are these people that are trying to put the small channels down, the ones I was trying to protect, they will do that because of it, because it works. Nothing is nothing like, if something's done once, then it's a trial, right? But if it's done repeatedly, it's done because it works. It's that simple. So I reject sides in as much as, okay, if it's left versus right, it's easy, but I reject sides as in personalities on YouTube. What the fuck do you truly know about them? Like, seriously. So, you have to be very careful with all that. Because look, what we find out about people when we go to a few months down the line. So, and that's been the true, God, the whole time I've been doing this. Don't get me wrong, some people go from strength to strength, but others will open up and you get to find, and it's happening now, and it's a good thing. So that's why I reject their sides, because they're trying to guilt trip you into taking a side, because once you have, it's harder to get out of, for multiple reasons which I won't go into now. But it's harder to get out of because you've committed, and you've committed to agreeing with something, and then nobody likes to feel like an idiot or look like an idiot, right? So, and that's why I refuse to do it. So people may get irritated by sometimes me standing in the middle at the moment, but I'm only standing in the middle until I find a non-tribalistic way of backing something that I'm into. I mean, I am backing things. You know that anyway, Restore and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, at the moment, I'm not going to say what people want me to say, even if it costs my channel. Simply because you and me didn't agree to the game that's being set up in front of us now. And a lot of it's done by YouTubers and people that, again, really shouldn't be part of our decision-making process. So that's why I say it. I'm not going to be drawn into that game. And there ultimately always there will be sides. You always end up with sides in the end. But at least they can be forged from honesty and necessity, as opposed to monetizing misery. Tom Fury, Zero News. Call it a day for now.